Hello and welcome to today's beginner booty Pilates class. Let's start laying on our back with our T-zone activation. So knees bent, feet hip distance apart, finding that natural curve in your lower back, so your neutral spine. Let's place our fingertips just a couple of centimeters inside our hip bones. Visualize your T-zone, so the top of the T running from hip bone to hip bone, representing your deep abdominals, and the bottom of the T from the pubic bone up to meet that line represents your pelvic floor. As you inhale in through the nose, contract up through your pelvic region like you're trying to hold on from going to the toilet. As you exhale, imagine those hip bones sliding in towards the belly button to tighten and engage through your deep abdominals. Have a couple of practices. Feel that tightening under the fingertips. And keep this in mind as we go through the exercises. So relax those arms down. We're going to start with some pelvic curls. So a basic Pilates glute exercise. As you exhale, squeeze through your glutes and slowly start to peel up off of your mat, one vertebrae at a time. At the top of the bridge, take a deep breath in and then exhale to slowly come down, one vertebrae at a time. Continue with this just at your own pace. So focus on squeezing your glutes, pressing the feet into the floor, and trying to peel up as slow as you can. If you imagine that your spine is like a string of pearls, we want to lift up one pearl at a time, and the same on the way down. So really trying to articulate the spine as you lift and lower. You will feel your hamstrings start to warm up as well, but do make sure you're really squeezing your glutes. So squeeze the glutes and slowly come on up. Take that deep breath in to hold for a moment at the top of the bridge and exhale to slowly come down, one vertebrae at a time. Adding a little bit more now, every time you come up to that bridge, take one knee opening. Bring those knees back to hip distance apart and then slowly come down one vertebrae at a time. So come up to your bridge, exhale, lift those hips one vertebrae at a time. Take a deep breath in and then exhale to open the knees slightly. Inhale, bring them back to hip distance and exhale to slowly come down. This will start to warm up through the sides of the glutes. Keep squeezing as you open those knees, especially. We want to try to keep the hips nice and still, so we don't want the hips to drop as those knees open and close. And it's nice and controlled the whole way through. Keep going, keeping your arms nice and relaxed, shoulders away from the ears. The next time you are up in your bridge position, hold it there and just continue with the knee openings. So exhale to open those knees and inhale back to hip distance. Only taking it as far as you can control without dropping your hips. Just a few more here. Good. On your next one, hold those knees open. Squeeze those glutes. And breathe. We're holding here just for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to hip distance apart and slowly come down, one vertebrae at a time. Great job. Rolling onto your side now, we're going to come into a Pilates clam. So lying down on your side, we want the knees bent forward and the feet in line with the hips. So just line up those feet with the hips, then the rest of the body in one long line. In your clam position, you want to think about that top hip staying stacked over the underneath one. So if you slightly push that hip away, it'll create a small lift through the bottom side waist. As you exhale, open that top knee into a clam. And as you inhale, close the knee back down. As we do this, we're focusing on squeezing through that top glute. So squeeze the glute and open the knee. Control as the knee closes again. Only take it as far as you can without rocking your hips. So keep the hips and the upper body nice and still. Just that top leg opens and closes. You can feel for that tightening as well if you place your fingertips just to the top side of that glute and try to squeeze into the fingertips before you open. You're going to move into a raise now. So rather than opening the knee, you're going to completely lift and lower the leg, keeping the knee bent. So squeeze the glute, lift the leg to hip height. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Keep that activation through the T-zone. So body is in one long line, everything nice and still. Squeeze the glute to lift the leg. Next time you lift, hold that leg up at hip height and we're going to take a sweep. So inhale and bring the knee forward. Exhale and take the toes slightly back. Keep going with this one, keeping that leg at hip height. So inhale forward, exhale slightly back. Control that movement, so only take the leg as far as you can each way without arching or changing your spinal position here. So keep nice and still. Inhale, knee sweeps forward. Exhale, toes sweep back. Make sure you breathe as that top glute starts to burn. Just here for a few more. Finish off that last sweep and then bring it back in line with the hip. We're going to lift and lower, taking pulses here. Pulsing for 3, 2, 1, and rest that knee down. Really great job. Let's switch sides. So reset on the other side. Remembering we want knees slightly forward, feet in line with hips. Rest of the body in one long line, and hips are nice and stacked, creating that small lift through the bottom side waist. It's an exhale breath to open into that clam, and it's an inhale breath to lower back down. Focus on squeezing through that top glute, feet stay together, and only opening the knee as far as you can without rocking forward and back. As these ones get harder, really focus on taking those deep breaths. Make sure you're not holding your breath as you go. And just finish one last clam here. And then we're moving into those raises. So we exhale, lift the leg. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift to hip height. Inhale, lower. Keep breathing. Keep squeezing that top glute every single time. That body nice and still, hips are stacked. Just a couple more here. Let's take that leg up and hold it there for our sweeps. Inhale, sweep the knee forward. Exhale, sweep the toes slightly back. Inhale, knee comes forward. Exhale, toes slightly back. Keep that leg up at hip height, so try not to let it drop down. Keep squeezing that top glute. Breathe through that burn. Just a couple more, you can do it. Inhale as the knee comes forward. Exhale as the toes go back. Finish off just one last one and then bring that leg back in line with the hip. Let's pulse it down and up to finish this side. For 3, 2, 1, and rest. Give that glute a little massage if it needs, and then we're going to make our way up to our hands and knees for some horse kicks. So wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, and T-zone tight. Using your left leg, exhale, squeeze that left glute and lift the leg to hip height. So we're just moving left leg only. Keep the bend at the knee and aim to get the leg to hip height. You only want to take it though as high as you can without arching your back or rotating your hips. So keep your upper body as still as you can, pushing through those hands so the chest stays lifted and abs stay lifted. Next time you come up, hold that leg up at hip height. So come up and hold, squeeze that glute and flex the foot. We're going to take the heel towards the glute and then back up over the knee. So a bit of a funny one. You'll feel that top hamstring really work with this one as well. Keep squeezing your glute. We've got a couple more here. Finish one last one. And then bring that leg controlled back down. Keep the foot flexed, take it back up for some pulses. So little pulses down and up now. Squeeze through that left glute for 3, 2, 1. Great job. Slowly bring it in. Let's repeat that all on the right leg. So reset T-zone tight. Just start with those lifts and lowers, squeezing through that right glute and keeping the knee bent. So exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale to lower back down. So try to stay as controlled as you can with this movement, keeping that lift through those abs and making sure we're not arching through the back. So we want to make sure that glute is working to lift the leg. The next time you bring that leg up, hold it there and flex that foot. We're coming into those hamstring curls. So bring the leg up, hold it there. You bring heel to the glute and then back over the knee. Little kicks in and up. Keep squeezing glutes, keep breathing. Just a couple more. And then control leg down. Finishing off this side with your pulses, little pulses down and up. Squeeze that glute for 3, 2, 1. Good job. Well done. Let's take a prayer stretch. So feet together, knees wide. Just sit back onto those heels, reaching those arms long. Really wonderful job. Take a few deep breaths here and we'll start to come on up. Let's take a stretch laying down on our back. So lay down and bring your right leg up and over, resting the foot across the left leg. If you want more, lift up that left leg, draw those legs in. Keep opening that right knee. I hope you enjoyed today's beginner booty class. We did a lot of fundamental Pilates glute work in this one class. So bridges, clams, and horse kicks. You'll see them come up a lot in classes. Let's swap to the other side. Deep breath. If you want a little more, you can lift up that bottom leg as well. Draw those legs in towards you. I hope you felt that booty burn, and if you have any questions about any of the exercises, make sure to send me a message or comment on this video. I would love to help you with anything that you need help with. Finish off that glute stretch here. Pull it in one last time. Hug those knees to your chest. We will finish it off there. As always, I hope you loved this workout and maybe learnt something new. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.